Kick. YouTube. Yeah, we're on. We are on. See if everything sounds all right. Got audio coming through? Make that a yes. When you're multi-streaming, it does make it a bit harder because you want to make sure it's working everywhere. Hey, good morning, famous hoax. How you going, buddy? Good timing, good timing. Oh, I don't know if you saw. You may have seen. Yeah, do I have the link there? Bang. We've got a giveaway. So if anyone who wins this, you can win this. Even if you got the copy, you get yourself a copy of the Dune Awakening Early Access Edition. Not the Ultimate, the Early Access. So we've got a few of them to give away. So we're going to do that just prior. You just finished all your entries? Nice. Yeah, I put in a few entries in there just so people had multiple opportunities to do it. I usually try different giveaway options. Gleam, I wouldn't say I was a fan of Gleam, but considering my current options, I thought Gleam was probably the best one for me at the moment. Because usually I do it on stream and with a little giveaway thing, but with YouTube, they don't necessarily like the way the giveaways go. When you're on Twitch, there's a lot of live giveaways that you can do, which is more fun and interactive, which I like to do. I got all mine in. Lol, this is, hey, Savage, Liquid Chernobyl. You're going to refer to you as Liquid Chernobyl. Welcome. You're on both channels, Kick and YouTube. Yeah, I'd be keen on getting it for new friends who can't get in themselves. It's nice. It's always something. I enjoy doing it, to be honest. Savage. So just Liquid Chernobyl famous. Just give you a little background. Liquid Chernobyl has been around for quite a while, and I've done a lot of giveaways. And you haven't won one yet, have you, Savage? I think you've won one. Let me know if you won one. I just know every time I do a giveaway, you'll be in there, first one in there, as many entries as you can, whatever possibilities. You haven't yet. I have done so many giveaways, so many different games. It's crazy. But look, this finally may be Savage's opportunity to get one. However, tonight. So the main things I was going to do today is obviously the giveaway, promote the giveaway so everyone can get an opportunity to get in. Because the more people that get in, the better. Recruitment as well. Actually, I should have put that in the title. Recruitment's a big one, so anyone new just jumps in to the stream. At least we can tell if they're looking for a guild. Tomorrow, I am going to make a video on why you need a guild in Dune Awakening. I think that's very important. I had so many entries that one. The giveaway that the giveaway I got banned on, Savage, because that was, I actually enjoyed that. I thought that was great. Everyone's like, yeah, I want to get more points. Everything was working quite well until I woke up and then the channel was gone. But anyway, that's a story for another day. What was the other one? So tomorrow I'm going to be making a video on why guilds are important. Because one thing I think after doing all the research and looking at all these bits and pieces online, you can play solo. There's no problem playing solo in Dune Awakening. But without a guild, you're missing out on so much. And you can still play solo in Dune within a guild. So there might be guilds out there that just for solo players. You know, we might make a faction just so we can accommodate for those solo people. But yeah, there's a lot that people are missing out on. Hey, Rotten Bob, how you going, buddy? Yeah, that was the one that I was so ready to win. But I ended up giving them away. I ended up doing the draw. I think I did it I ended up creating another Twitch account just to make sure I could get that draw out. Don't remind me of that day, PTSD. Nothing worse than waking up at 2:30 in the morning to find out that the 600 people that were watching the night before, all gone, channel gone, job done. But either way, so yeah, we'll get that video out tomorrow. I thought I could do it tonight, but I'm like, if I do it tonight, I'm going to miss out on the stream tonight. And I do prefer the streaming over the recording side, so I thought I'll stream tonight, record tomorrow, and get that video out. Other than that, we're going to essentially go find stuff in Dune Awakening. I feel like I don't know if there's anything we haven't identified or figured out yet. I think we've seen majority of what we need to do and how to do things. Things like research trees, they're a bit lacking at the moment. We've seen the map, quests, we don't know all of them, the journeys, the desert, Landstrad, obviously a massive thing, the copters, the buggies, fuel resources, anything else. Alliances, I don't know how they work. I would like to see how PvP works actually with alliances and the rest of your guild, considering you can only have parties of 4. Have a look at the PvP builds. There are a few videos in it. All right, PvP builds. Done. I was just wanting to scroll through here. Dune Awakening, massive gameplay preview. June. Why is it a preview? Important things everyone should know. Played it. June. Thoughts after 25 hours. Closed beta impressions. First impressions, Landstrad, starter base. See, with a base build, I don't think the base building, I don't know if it's super important. It is quite easy. I don't think it's something you really need to spend too much time on, in my opinion. Hey, Ray, how you going, buddy? Yes, 7:30. So good Saturday morning to you. You mentioned yesterday you didn't know how land claim worked properly. That stream I sent you yesterday has that in it around 10, 15 minutes before the building part. I'll go have a look at that too. So we'll go look at that land claim. If you haven't seen, I popped out another video today. I popped this out very quickly. Exploring Chrono Odyssey's jaw-dropping gameplay reveal. So that popped this morning. Skip the starter zone launch for this trick in Dune Awakening. Don't build here. Avoid the time trap in Dune Awakening. Is it worth it? Yes, definitely worth it. And it goes on to other things. 15 essential Dune Awakening tips to survive Shire Halud. Co-Carnage early thoughts 2 weeks ago. Getting started in Dune Awakening. So I'm just seeing if there's anything else pops up that catches my eye. Watch this before you play. Actually, I do want to watch this. Dune Awakening. Don't miss this in the closed beta. Biggest tips for a perfect start. I'm interested because the perfect start that we've picked, we've said we've designed that ourselves based on our knowledge. So I'll be curious to see what someone else other than we saw Damon. We saw he's one, but we'll go see what this one's about. I love the building. Oh, no, the building's good. The building's the good part. It's just that there's a lot of starter videos on building, but I don't think there's a lot in building that you need to really know. Hey, Sean, how you going, buddy? From another... Hey, Blackheart. Good to see you stream. No word from Twitch yet. Funny story on Twitch. So I have been emailing him the last week in regard to doing a bit. I've tried not to push him. I've tried not to push it too much. Just to give you an idea where I'm currently sitting with it. I'll step back a bit. So my appeal for Twitch is meant to be on the 6th of June. I actually thought it was the 6th of May, but I was wrong. I calculated that wrong. So it's the 6th of June. I can appeal to get my Twitch channel back. So that will be great if I can do it. However, I really want to get it back to help first with guild recruitment and to start promoting Dune and getting in early. So like essentially what I'm doing now, but obviously on Twitch. So I've emailed them. I've done a bit of research. we have Australian privacy rules that allow us to request our data. There's two things. There's a rule that allows, if you operate in Australia, we can request our data. And data for us isn't just written. It could be any form of image, video, voice that could help to identify or reasonably identify a person. So I've reached out to Twitch and I said, look, I would like my data so I can identify what I've done wrong to help me with my appeal coming up. I also then, so there's another rule in the Privacy Act that says that we are allowed to request for data to be deleted of ours. So what I said, give me my data for my ban. I want to see that. And also, hey, Survivor61, how you going, buddy? Welcome. Hey, that's all right. That's, if you watch it on Kick, that was my first alert on Kick that I've had while I've been online. So I haven't seen that one in a while. Thanks, Survivor. Does that come through on YouTube as well? It does. No, all good, famous. Yeah, so I reached out to him, told him I want that. And I said, the other one is I said, delete my data for my first ban in September, because they banned me in September for hacking and DDoSing as well. And so what I did, but they came back and said, oh, sorry, that was our fault. That's our fault. But for some reason, it's still on my account as there was a ban there within a successful appeal. But I'm like, well, that's not fair. I didn't actually get a ban. You sent me an email saying you stuffed up, you apologize. Here you go, you got it back again. So I've asked them to remove that, and I've asked them to give me my data. So I got an email 2 days ago. It said, I'll read you the email. Now, I didn't even, this isn't what they responded with AI. Yeah. And they said, thank you for verifying your account details. Well, I didn't verify any details. To appeal your suspension, please take the following steps. And they've sent me a temporary password. Now, they've deleted my password and given me a temporary one. Now, not once did I ask them to delete my password. I didn't say, can you give me a temporary password? I just said, can you send me my data and delete this data? But they sent me this saying I verified my account and here's a password. So I've logged into my account with this new temporary password that I didn't ask for. So I'm sure there's a privacy issue there by just deleting someone's password and giving me a new one. They don't even, because I didn't verify my account, so they could have sent that to anybody. So I've logged in. I'm like, to be honest, this is pretty good. They've actually sent me something where I can appeal again. So I've logged back in and I've gone to appeal, but the appeal button's grayed out. And this is how it's been for the last 6 months. The appeal button's grayed out. So I'm like, this is a bit odd. Like, what's going on here? And I look at my, I'll bring it up another day so I can show everyone. But I've gone and looked at the issue where it's my ban. It says, yep, the ban's still there. But previously it would have the ban, why I was banned, what video I was on for why I got banned, and a few other things. Next to it now it says VOD deleted, clips deleted on both bans. On both bans. So I was like, hang on a second. So you've just deleted the data on both my bans. Like, not once did I ask for you to do that. I said, I wanted you to send me the data for the video that I got banned for. And now it's saying that the data for that is deleted. So by coincidence, I sent you an email. The day later, it's all deleted. So I was like, this is a bit dodgy. So look, what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep emailing back and see how much AI I get back and forth between to what they're going to actually do. I will try to get to the 6 to appeal. If we get to the 6 and appeal and it gets denied, and then at least I've got all this stuff that is just going to come flooding out of like, well, hang on, you did this, you've done this. Dodgiest thing I've ever seen, but at least it would be good content. But hopefully. Bloody thing. Every time that screensaver goes, I got to keep moving them. I got to change the sleep timer on my computer. So what happens is when Wavelink, here's Wavelink, just to give you an idea. Wavelink runs all my audio, through all my systems and the stream PC and everything like that. When the computer shuts down, the stream mix decides to change where it wants to. It doesn't work either way. Elgato 4K doesn't work when the computer goes to sleep. So you got to reactivate it. So annoying, but we're back. Awesome. All right. So with all that said, and get that underway. So interesting things to look out for this week. I was hoping to get an email from Twitch last night, to be honest, because they usually email me my time between about 2 and 3 a.m. in the morning. It's like, wow, can I just get on the phone to someone? Can someone just pick up the phone and talk to me? Let's just talk it out and then we can figure it out all together. If you go, look, I can see this is where you've done wrong, I'll be like, yeah, no worries. All right. What do we have to do to fix it? But anyway, that's the story for another day. Today, well, what are we doing? Oh, I wanted to see this guy's tips. How long does he? I'm not watching 21 minutes of it. We'll skip through it so we can get some of these PvP things and stuff like that.
A brand new.
Oh, by the way, if this is too loud or too soft, let me know. I'll adjust it in as you saw the wave link.
Beta weekend starting on May 9th. I fortunately already got a chance to play through this build for roughly 3 weeks last month, which is why I wanted to go over some of the biggest things you should do right away to enhance your journey. This build gets access to roughly the first 20 to 25 hours of gameplay, a portion of Act 1 of the main.
Did anyone like the first trial? Like, I like the game, so don't get me wrong, but I didn't like the first trial. The first trial, it just dodging lights and going between things. I do like a little bit of skill involved to actually do what I'm doing. It is the first trial, so I expect it to be easy. But it definitely slowed you down.
Campaign and the 2 starting regions of Haga Basin South and the.
One thing I just noticed in the map, which I didn't read before.
25 hours of gameplay, a portion of.
I guess I'm a picture guy, so when I see a picture, I just look at it and there we go, and it makes sense. But I didn't realize it says resource density. So the density of the resources are number 3 in that area, which is pretty good. I didn't realize that was there from a density side of things. I did notice everything else, but no, that's good. Only did 2 trials because didn't want to do too much story. Yeah, that's fair enough. I only did 2 trials as well. I didn't do the other 2. As of lately, more and more streamers are either moving on to YouTube and Kick or multi-streaming while streaming on Twitch due to so many problems with them. Yeah, no, it's happening. It's happening, mate. It's definitely happening. Teach you to play to avoid the sun. Is that what it is? I didn't know what it was. I couldn't understand why I skipped through. I don't sit there and read everything, so I do miss a bit. But I didn't realize what I was doing. But look, that's a good point.
Act 1 of the main campaign and the 2 starting regions of Haga Basin South and the Vermilius Gap. Still, there's lots of content here, so without further ado, let's check it all out. But let's get started with the character creator because we kind of have a couple of options here that are rather important. The first one relating to our choice of.
Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to hang on. Hey, Mata. Thanks, buddy.
This is not going to matter as much because we're going to get access to all of the classes anyway via skill mentors in the beta. Because
hang on. We'll keep watching this one. Yeah, I'm going to write this down so I don't forget. The Mentat video. Did we watch that last night? I can't remember because it said there was a video that came out a day ago on the Dune's YouTube channel.
The first couple of starting zones, we aren't going to see all of them. So let me break down every single one of them for you. So Trooper is the first one.
We don't need to go through all the classes.
This simply because literally it's one of the first skills. Your only other significant option over here is if you want to start with a locked or unlocked research menu, and just like how the game does. Now, once you are done with the tutorial, you're going to start right here in Haga Basin South. The exact spawn point will be slightly randomized for each player, but roughly everybody should start very close to roughly the same spot. However, your first order of business should be right away to collect all of these resources right here. This includes plant fibers, as we need this to craft armor, salvage metal to craft extra bullets, and some of the initial base technologies. granite, as we're going to eventually need to build our base, and copper ore, as we're going to eventually refine this into stuff like better weapons, better gear, even vehicles, and more advanced base technologies. I would say roughly 200 to 300.
If you've done any beta, I suggest go unlocked at launch. Yeah, 100%.
Capable of carrying the majority of these, even in your own inventory, as you don't have enough capacity.
I had some. There's two things. It's funny when you read the comments that people put on your videos. Good matter, good. Welcome in. One thing that I read in the comments, which was quite funny. One person was quite upset because it's like, why would I want to skip the story? I'm like, well, obviously this is not your video. If you want a quick, I said, I put quick leveling guide. It's like, oh, well, why would you want to skip the story? Well, sorry, it's got to do what they do want it. Zendrin, thank you for the follow, my friend. Thank you. And then the other one was, what did he say? Why would you unlock? Why would you do the unlocks section? But I said same again. This is a quick leveling guide. But yeah, I think definitely if you haven't played the beta, definitely do the recommended one on the left for sure.
And wait for it. Which brings us to number 4, how to deal with the harsh environments of Arrakis, because there are many dangers lurking around, and the biggest of them all is literally right above you. It's the sun itself. If you stay for too long out in the sun,
I actually didn't have too much of a problem with the sun.
Stroke meter, and if that reaches high enough levels, you're going to see a drastic reduction in your hydration levels. And hydration is one of the most important resources that you constantly have to manage in Dune Awakening, and you do so by finding sources of water, and there are quite a few of
what's
them.
next? Follow the main quest.
From this point on, your next point of interest is
does it get hotter?
Base, and like I said before, I have a point of pain with the bases over here. I'm not gonna go into detail about it, but since the game kind of encourages you to scrap them all the time and remake them in different locations, if you don't want to waste time doing that, just pick a middle point that is close enough to all major objectives early on. And I would say that would be precisely the middle or the center of the Haga Basin South map over here. This
what else you got? Follow the main quest.
The main story.
Trooper, skill trainer, Imperial testing station, number 2, all secrets.
Anyway, so might as well go ahead.
Rewards, Wings of the Emperor, Khalif Drinker.
Get are these 2 items right here.
Craft the sandbike ASAP.
So this. The next part of the story should bring you to your very first vehicle, which
unlocking
is to craft your very
Trooper skill tree. I think it's Trooper skill tree.
Because we already got all of those advanced components from the testing facility
and Plantologist skill tree. So what's this one? So he's got contract chain best rewards. Let's watch that part. You need so much water later on. Everything granted though, you can get a lot of passive water from equipment later on. That'd be good to see. The passive, I haven't seen the passive, but once you start to get the Dew Reap and stuff like that, I did notice things started to get a lot better when it came to collecting water. It was almost like a daily task. As soon as it was nighttime, I was like, oh, it's nighttime. Let's go harvest water now. Let's fill up all our tanks. I was running out. Good morning. Antios. Sorry, your writing is very small on my other screen. What was I going to say? Yeah, so I'd be essentially use the sword that would take the blood, fill up blood bags. I got the medium bag. The medium bag would carry 9 liters of blood. Put that in the what is it? A blood extractor? Is that what it's called? No, that was a tool. What was the machine called? Blood something. But anyway, that was good. And then, I continually just kept making barrels. I ended up becoming a hoarder of water. I needed everything full. My liter john, my barrels, my blood, just having it sitting there ready to go, like bags of blood and stuff like that. One thing I actually didn't test, can you put bags of blood in your boxes? So can you just make multiple boxes? Actually, that might be a way to store water. If you got a full bag of blood and you got the big blood bag, could that be a bigger way to store it? I think you wanted to be efficient where you wouldn't waste Intel or Dew Reap instead of go straight for wind traps. Look, I guess I haven't had a chance to try wind traps to see how they work, so I'm hoping they're good. Passive water starts at steel or aluminium. Level 1 wind traps and water traps you can craft, and I saw. Yeah, well, if that's the case, I'm interested to see how they go. But you definitely learnt very quickly why you needed water. that was for sure. No water is stored in the cisterns. Interesting. Because, I guess from a backup reserve, let's just say you had a room. I don't know. Call me stupid, but I just want to make a room full of blood, like I'm a vampire, like I've got blood on reserves. Or we boxes. Oh, can you stack boxes? Did we try? I don't know if we tried that. Or do all boxes have to sit on the floor? Or can we do shelves? Either way, I just want this storage facility of boxes full of blood bags. That's all I want to do. Which way do I have to turn this camera? This way. Oh, you can. Okay.
Since we finished Wrecking Crew, we can also give that in to progress further in that contract chain. We can also go ahead and give the fragment finds over here, including, those 3 micro sandwich fabrics, as well as the EMF generators.
We'll go back just on those quests, because, and this is what I'm saying, when you go through the shipwrecks and the, what's it called? The testing station, you do pick up all these items, and the caves to pick up these things.
Yeah,
they are, and hand them in.
As well as the EMF generators.
And look, it's only small, 350, 1500 XP, and that's all you're getting. But additional contracts become available.
We can also go ahead and give in the...
and then you got the plantology one for 150.
Testing limits.
And then another 2,000. And you essentially do all this already. Like, they're not difficult. There's a good chance you're going to have all this equipment on you. Like that one, was that in the automated poison snooper Griffin's Reach trade post? Where was that? I think that was in the shipwreck, wasn't it?
From that testing facility.
Yesterday, someone posted a video in which he shows a complete rundown on all researchable items. Steel plus... You kidding me? Where's that video? Antios. If you've got a link to that, the blood purifier, that's the one. Thanks, Matter. A rundown of all the researchable items. I've done very little in contracts in beta. I think it was a large part of the endgame. Look, I think when I get to endgame, like hit the point of I'm done, I probably will go back and then start doing all the contracts and stuff like that. Mad RNG is the channel name. All right, I'll do that. I'm adding to my list. Mad RNG. I wonder if these people that are doing these videos are in the beta, or they're just getting information off friends in the beta. Because surely there's someone's going to be looking at someone about something. So what's this one? Scrap metal bike building. I need a component. So you get to restore a sand bike. I can't pay for them, but here's some other rarer bike parts that I'm willing to exchange for items. So you get there. Oh, see. Was that schematic? He doesn't give you sand bike booster, Sims cutter, scavenger light armor set variant. Wrecking crew, Fremen's fine, testing limits, bike building. Interesting. You may pick all that up in, because I can't remember completing this one, but it gives you the booster and sandbike inventory. If he's going to give you a sandbike inventory and it's not it has to be the actual item, because that's handy.
Anyway, and the final one will basically be just giving in some of the extra components we got for vehicles anyway. For the other, we have already a thread that we got from the facilities as well, but we only need to craft another one to give to in, and that's going to fully complete our mission right now. And
then got all the scavenger pants and all those bits and pieces.
The chain quest is now completed, and this is basic.
And he got Sims cutter. See, that's pretty good. I don't think I probably did. I probably did actually. So if you get all the shipwreck the testing station parts, and hand in all those bike bits and pieces and craft it, you are going to get the Sims cutter and the scavenger set. Once you arrive in the Anvil trading post, if you have 6K, you can buy the cutter. And is it 6K? Hey, Patoy as well. And the Dune Reaper Mac 2 to save time. So is it each was 6K or you need 6K to buy both? So 3K each. That was an Imperial. The bike parts. Yeah, the bike parts, Imperial testing station, and gun and armor parts in Shiprekt. 3K each. Really? That's not bad. That's not bad at all, is it? See how we go. I guess that's one thing to note is just see how much money you got on you by the time you get there. Have you pushed it that far or not? They do have the schematic though. They got the schematic around the anvil and the caves around the anvil for the other cutter. I can't remember what it's called. But the Dune Reaper Mac 2 definitely worthwhile for sure.
Basically, what we're going to get from it, essentially, we are going to get this really cool tool over here, which we can go ahead and use. This is very important because in the next area, we will now need to farm a new resource called iron, and this is going to let us get that right away without having to unlock anything in our skill line, and it's going to increase how much we get from existing yields from copper and granite. Besides that, we also get the MK2 inventory expansion slot as well as the boosters. For the
They're pretty good rewards, to be honest.
One at a time. The booster basically gives you quicker speed, so you can use it with shift. But I do recommend getting that inventory capacity for now if you want to put all of the excess materials in here, especially since you likely got hundreds of them and don't want to refarm again. This can be a good way of storing them, at least until you move everything to your next base.
As long as you don't leave your bike outside.
Now,
do not leave your bike outside.
Thing you can do in this area, and that's basically
imagine that you had inventory stocked up.
As you likely noticed that there's a new contract over here on the board.
All right, so he's done.
Of them.
Did I learn anything more? The only thing I think I have captured from this one is probably the importance of it's not doing the contract. I wouldn't go out of my way to do the contract because we're going to unlock the next tier anyway. But if we've collected a majority of the items, is it worth finishing off just to get the money and the bits and pieces? If you're there, why not? I think that's why you definitely do it. But the reason why I suggest it is you need iron to craft this to save time. Just buy it first. Oh, which part are we crafting? You reminded me, I need to find those special boots that so they attract the worm less. I'm going to need that. Yeah, I don't know where they are. I can't remember. I have to look myself. But, so I quickly wanted to see, who was a Dune Awakening? Funcom. Mentat. I can't remember if we watched this one yesterday or did we not? It was released yesterday.
Developed out of the need to replace thinking machines, the Mentats, trained on the principles of philosopher Gilbertus Albans, became one of the most important people in the Imperium. Able to calculate immense amounts of data and devise complex strategies, they are the most advanced tacticians on the battlefield. Combined with advanced assassination and
we did watch this one.
You will be able to
That's right.
Steps ahead of your enemies. With a significantly higher cognition, as a Mentat, you can calculate.
We'll watch it again for shits and giggles.
And weapon handling to find weak points in an opponent's defense, or even guide the calculations of an external sentinel turret to assist you with extra firepower. Focusing on strategic control over.
I'm not a poison player.
Is an expert in assassination technology, using poison capsules to trap enemies in a cloud of.
When they say trap, can they get out of it?
Send in a hunter seeker before.
Look, the hunter seeker is a pretty good ability. Like, I won't lie.
Tactical advantage. The Mentats have devised further development of Imperial technology, such as the shield.
One thing I would like to do is understand a good composition build. Like, if you're going to have a part, I really like this one. I really like this ability.
Throughout the dunes of Arrakis, any school can be trained and improved by masters, increasing your mental capacity and further advancing your tactical technology will let you hold the strategic advantage in any situation.
Like, would you have a party of pretty much similar builds, or would you have 4 different builds? This is what I saw yesterday, the stun. I was quite impressed. I didn't realize that the stunner was that good. I really didn't like that ability. He did the whirlwind for the Swordmaster. It was horrible. But that sniper, I would love to see the distance on that. If he pulled that shot off there, that's ridiculous. You're not safe in the desert if that's the distance of that sniper. Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Hey, what's this? Maximum speed, maximum damage, OP build. I'll watch that one. I'll watch that one next. After, because no, we've got two more. We've got. No, we've got one more. Mad RNG. Oh, Mad RNG. Is this guy? That's him. Oh, he's got his best starting route guide too. Actually, I want to see that. So which one did we set? Why were we watching this guy again? Because he... Oh, recipes and stats. These are one. Oh, I really want to see what he's done differently. Yeah, what other videos does he do? Oh, New World, Fresh Start, Speedrun Guides. Yeah, we'll skim through. Does this go for an hour and a half? Does not. Does it? It does too. Get up, Wolfworld. So where does he get to? Has he got a guide? I think he's just watching the video, isn't it? We're not watching an hour and a half of that. But it's like he's marked it up in the thumbnail, but I didn't see it in there. Hey, Rump Dude, how you going, buddy? So either way, we'll watch what we come here. Did he break it down or he just shows us? I'm just going to skip for a second. I'm going to go back. Ah, good man. All right, let's open this up. What a legend. And what's the? And I want to post this. Zao Mox has really wanted to watch this video, to find this out. So let me just chuck that in my Discord. If anyone wants to join the Discord, feel free. We do have a Dune channel. We've got 3 guilds. We've got 3 guilds running. We've got an EU guild, an NA guild, and an Oceanic guild. So anyone looking for guilds, and like I said at the beginning, guilds are super important. You cannot complete the whole game without a guild. So feel free. Where's helpful links? There we go. And I'll just put it in the global chat. Paste. What's his name? At Zaumoxes. Done. All right, so. Slaver steel suit. So this is steel products. Slaver steel suit body, so outfit which captures and recycles bodily fluids and rehydration. So okay, these steel suits, I think, yeah, they're just the ones. They're not amazing, but they keep you alive. So I think from a PvE perspective, I think these are really good. The one thing that we learnt yesterday is in the Landstrat, where you can survey the desert, the deep desert, and then you can sell that survey map on the market. So I think, and there's some people, I think, Famous, I think you're saying you wanted to do it, is you can literally survey the desert, sell this map, and it's going to take you a long time to do so. So I'm interested to see how long it takes someone to actually go around, survey a whole map. Like how many days do I need to set aside to go survey the deep desert? Either way, I think the steel suits are definitely going to be your go-to when it goes to doing that. Harkonnen guilds only. What, this suit or steel suits? The Slaver steel suit, you mean? I'm confident it's possible to do Haga Basin South in less than an hour with contracts. if you manage to get a bike from Broken Stone Station. Well, that's the question, Antios. Is there going to be a bike at Broken Stone Station? So that's one thing we highlighted. And Razor, hey, thanks, buddy. One thing we definitely highlighted is first of all, if you die to a worm, are you going to get a bike? And if you go to the station, is there going to be a bike there? And then obviously the durability that's going to be could affect. By the way, we'll carry through the Fremen. Oh, what was the Fremen? What? What did you just hot? So this is all Harkonnen gear. Is that what you're saying? Capable of extracting water from a corpse. Placed close to a sub-thief console with a construction tool requires power from the base power generator. So is the Death Steel a complex device capable of extracting water from a corpse? What? Do you just pick up how do you put the corpse in there? Steel ingots, silicon blocks. However, regardless, it's going to be whether it's Harkonnen guilds. No. Juggernaut. It's Atreides guild. So I'll make that very clear. It's 3 Atreides guilds. Durability is not an issue. You can buy everything you need to repair and refuel the claimed bike from the trader. Yeah, that's a good point. Just swap out the part that's got the issue. So I have. It's definitely going to be a gamble. If the bike's there, you are a very, very lucky person. If the bike's not, then you just got to continue on foot. You'll get the bike pretty soon afterwards, but yeah, if it's there, it's going to make life so much easier. But yeah, so what I was saying, regardless if this is, well, see, I don't know what's what, but if there's a Harkonnen and Atreides build menu, that's how it works, I assume it's the same components on both sides, just to make it equal. There'll be a like for like comparison. It just looks different, core different things. Surely. There's a wind trap. So a wind trap, 90 steel ingots, silicon blocks, and a calibrated servoc. So the calibrated servoc. I'm just going to open up the helpful links. I really like this guide for database items. It's advanced servox. What's a calibrated? Oh, we've not got one yet. No. How do you get a calibrated servox? Okay, so we don't know about the calibrated servox yet. Fair enough. I don't know if you make them or you end up picking them up from testing stations. So that'll be a question. If anyone else knows that one. Hey, Kai, how you going, buddy? Do you have a recipe for aluminium ingot, dural ingot, and plastic ingot? Can't find the info anywhere. It probably won't be in the research menu, will it? We haven't seen it yet. Last ingot I know is steel. Yeah, because that will be on the bench. It won't be in the research menu, is my guess. But yeah, no, I couldn't tell you. If you can go find someone in the beta, they'll tell you. But yeah, we'll see how they go. Oh, sorry. Now, how does the wind trap actually work? Because they're important. So, machine that collects water from the environment over time, reroutable between base production and storage structures. Reroutable. Oh, so if anyone hasn't seen the way boxes work, so from a machine to a box, the channels or the circuits, so circuit 1 and circuit 2. Circuit 1's in and circuit 2's out. Is that right? I think I got it right. But either way, and you can rotate a box between a machine. So if a machine is full, it will start to fill the box with those parts. Requires a filter for operation placed close to a sub-thief console with the construction tool. It's not calibrated circuits is found though. I'm pretty sure. I was in the beta. Yeah, I don't remember the calibrated one. Steel equals 50 water plus 4 carbon plus 1 iron ingot. You're kidding. Where does he get the carbon from? Medium water cistern. How much requires you to spend 100 intel. Yeah, that's fine. Health 25 liters. So you can carry a lot more, which is good. Silicon blocks. So silicon blocks, we didn't hit too many. The requirement for silicon blocks wasn't massive up to iron. You just need at least one run of silicon. But once you had the compactor and you found a nice area to get silicon, it was actually quite easy. My first run looking for the sand, flower sand, was a disaster. I thought I had to run into the middle of the desert, and that was didn't end up too well for me. And then I found out you can find flower sand without actually going into the danger zone, and that was free just to pick up from the ground. Hagar Rift mainly. Okay. Yeah, so where I'm building, I'm just thinking I'm building on the opposite side of Hagar Rift. Sickler needs a whole lot of water, 50 each, so 30 to 50. Hopefully, the only way I know how to collect water is blood and any of those bloody plants. And then nighttime, optimal harvesting, out with the Dew Reaper, going nuts. I think one thing, I'm pretty sure it's self-explanatory, but I'll say it anyway. People go, I have to wait till the optimal time to get water. No. Get the water at the start of the night where it's not optimal, and then it will respawn for when optimal time comes. Like or you have enough to farm for the whole entire night. Like I found that a situation where, it was an issue. I would start farming from the start of the night to the end of the night. Large blood sack. How many did they carry? No, I'm stored blood collected, blood extraction tool, deposited blood purifier, can be drunk directly to rehydrate, but max health to suffer. Oh, there's a survival fabricator. Insulated fabric, plant fiber, micro sandwich fabric. So this is why it's important to hit the caves. You have to hit the caves. Caves are important. You see a cave, hit them, you need this micro sandwich fabric. Aluminium ingot and water. Wow. That large blood sack, I'm going to take a guess and say that carries 15 liters of blood, I reckon. That's my guess. 300 intel needs to be spent. That's insane. Check the aluminium stuff. There is a right tool for it. This is a video, by the way. I'm not going through it, but we'll see when we get there. Blood extractor. That would be. It's another way to get blood, I guess. Oh, what's this one? The decathlitajon. Is that how you say it? I'm guessing that holds 10 liters, maybe. Oh, yeah, I'm sure there is. No, I'm sure there is, because we're only out of aluminium. Then what, the Dew Reaper Mach 4. Industrial dew scythe. What is that? Fremen device used in dew, bearing a primrose flower fields at dawn to harvest water into a litojon or water tank. Depletes power when used. Water, aluminium, EMF generator, cobalt paste, industrial pump. Fremen device used on dew bearing primrose flower field. So it has to be a primrose flower field at dawn to harvest water into a litojon. Industrial dew scythe. Hydrate. So it is a tool. It's something you carry. That'd be interesting to see that one. Large blood sack is 15K on Fextra Life. Good guess. Thanks, Kai. Oh, if only I was that good on the lotto. But anyway, hey, that's good though. That's good. I did not know there was a scythe. I thought it stopped at the Dew Reaper. But it'll be good to see how this one works. We got that one already. Mercenary steel suit, and so another steel suit. Nothing more different. Advanced Fremen death steel. So we get blood, water from the dead bodies. Oh, how many liters did that just say? So look, I guess we are getting bigger, but that did just, hang on, I did it again. Forgot to press pause. Total processing time, 50 minutes. Total yield, 45,000. So it's 45 liters. So it's a big one. But 50 meters to process. I guess you have multiple of them. Large water cistern holds 100 litres, which is good. Large wind trap. Okay, here we go. Oh, shit, I'm pressing keys with my bloody microphone. So water capacity, it's small, so it's 500. Water gather rate, 1.75. I'm guessing, is that per second? Inventory slot capacity, inventory volume capacity. So I assume that that will automatically go straight into one of your water systems. So this is the large wind trap. Very expensive to make. 250 silicon blocks, 240 duraluminum ingots, calibrated Servox 70, and spice melange. Jesus. But definitely worth having, though. These stopped. Does it goes by system by auto, or do you have to transfer it? I'm guessing auto, just because we have seen the way the machines work. So I assume every machine has the same concept. So in the right section of the screen, where you got your inventory for the machine, you have circuit 1 and circuit 2 at the top. And that's what I'm saying is, you can change it from circuit 1 to 8, or in the next one, circuit 1 to 8. So you have a box. It doesn't need to be next to it, but for ease of use, I think it's so in circuit 1 and out circuit 8. And then on the machine, it's the opposite. So when the machine is full, it will automatically transfer it to that box. Hey, Major, how you going, buddy? Blood Extractor, Mach 6. That's a big boy. What's crazy to me is that we've only played the beta, but how much the materials increase to get that next component. So, like, I'm looking at this Dew Reaper Mach 6. I'm like, to make that seems like a lot of work to do. 700 water. Is that ongoing or just to make it? I assume just to make it. Fluid efficient industrial pump. Next one's going to be the scythe. I really want to see how this scythe works. Requires you to spend 1,200 intel. We're still down at iron. We're still at around 100, aren't we? Depletes power and use. Litodron. Massive blood sack. A massive blood sack. Oh, he's gone through the armor now. Slave Eagle Scout Jackets. I don't need to worry about too much about this one because we got that stuff already. Oh, no, we don't. We don't have the steel. There's steel. So the wind fans for auto store power for your base as well then. Oh, power. So it's not that they store power. The wind, does the wind do power as well, does it? Like a generator? It should, but I didn't think it would do that. I thought it just did the water. Disruptor. A lot of people like the Disruptor. I don't know if I'm a massive fan. Oh, we're going to find out how far they shoot. 75-meter range. Wind does power, yeah, like replace fuel cells, I heard. Well, that's good. That's good. Major, I'm good, bro. Finally found 280 Willow for a caravan and AOC. Ridiculous. Let's go. Go, Jude. Well, they made the change, Major. Did they do the change already on Ashes of Creation today? They increased the Willow? It was today, wasn't it? Dune Man Scout Gloves. It's like, hurry up, get to something good. We've got the heavy stuff. I assume they scale quite nicely with levels. I'm more interested in the gunpowder and the range. Drill shot. Oh, it doesn't say. Oh, no, it did say. I'll go back, you dickhead. 66 meters. Scattergun. Oh, spit dart. 75 meters. Oh, we're in the same weapons. Yeah, we're gonna go forward a little bit because we're not going through all the aluminium stuff. Go to the good stuff. The Vulcan. Light machine gun that sports a large capacity magazine, a high fire rate, used for crowd control against multiple opponents. Low damage per shot, but rate of fire is huge at 1,176 RPM. Clip size 140, so a lot of bullets. Reload speed 3.5 seconds. It's not horrible. Usually with a heavy weapon gun, I feel like they go longer. To be honest, this will probably be 3.5 seconds. Probably going to feel like a very long time in a fight. Effective range 58 meters, not horrible. Accuracy 0.4. Stability is quite good considering it's a heavy gun. Are you playing What's Going On? No, Major. This is a YouTube video. Someone's put a YouTube video up of their screen. Shroud was using him. He was also farming carbon and a cheese way. Oh, I have a mate who likes to disrupt. He just likes that it stuns them and gets through the shield. Now, if the progression in free intel continues as up to level 35 until level 200, you'll end up with 2,500 intel. The rest has to be farmed in Fremen base, etc. until you get those is also bound to your level. Yeah, look, I don't mind that, to be honest. I don't mind that you can go search for more intel. Yeah, no, Major, I wish I was playing. If I was playing, I would not be sitting here and highlighting every weapon. I need to craft a lot of darts for those. 100% you do. I didn't even think about that. That's a lot of darts. I had the assumption that darts were like a basic bullet, but I know they had the light dart and the heavy dart, but I didn't realize darts were the only bullets. Holtzman shield. Scared the shit out of me when I heard that. The water is mine. Thought someone was behind me. Radiation suit. So here's the radiation suit. I know people were talking about that. A lot of armor, bit of fire mitigation, radiation mitigation, heat protection. I don't know where we need that exactly. Water. Fuck, look at the stuff you need to make this. Show me stats. So the stats aren't massive. It's just the armor. So the percentage-wise, the percentage sort of stays the same across the board from the basic stuff to the high stuff. It's just the armor that's going up. Actually, let's go back. Okay, this is what. So the range didn't change either. So the range is still 75 meters on the spit dart. But the damage per shot, though, heavy dart, 235 meters, 235 damage per shot. We'll go back a little because we'll have a look at all the guns on the Plastanium products. So the Dirk, don't need the Dirk. So the Disruptor, 500 off. I was going to say, I thought it said damage per shot, 531, but it's 53.1. Rate of fire, 600 RPM. Reload's pretty good. Effective range, only 10 minutes. So it is a short range. It is a very short range. It is a sidearm, essentially. Last resource before you move to DD, you need the suit. You need the radiation suit in DD. I guess they're not applying the poison on that damage, are they? Does it really? That's good to know. I didn't realize that's what happens with the that way. And then the scatterguns. I like the scattergun. I'm a scattergun guy. 185. Fantastic. 92 RPM. Clip size 2. Only 2. Reload speed. Effective range 66 meters. 66 meters is a fair bit. As far as I'm concerned, a scattergun is a shotgun. But stability is terrible. 3.2. It's right down there. Accuracy, very not great. Not great either. I don't know how they get this bloody graph because it says 0.25 and it's all the way up there. But I'm happy with 185. And the other thing is, these are the base stats, and to your point in regard to the poisoning rave, is the abilities that you get on your class as well. So those class perks are in there. So I know for the scatterguns, there's a passive that pulls the bullets closer together to make a more tighter cone. Last area of Haggard Basin is Shoal. You need that suit to go into the mine, the last resource. I forget the name. Thanks, Juggernaut. So just on that, you just remind me. So, do I still have paint open? Oh, I still do. So Shoal, where was Shoal? View full screen. Oh, down here. Pen. So this is Shoal in this section. So you're saying the last part we need to farm is that area. I'd like to know more about drill shot rounds as they penetrate shields. I know they are in some shotguns and snipers. What about the assault rifles? Not sure. Yeah, snipers for X is buffed a lot by skills and Mentat and Trooper. Yeah, those buffs are crazy. I really like them. So you'll see, I'm just reading Juggernauts again. Last area, Haggard Basin, Shoal. You'll need that suit to go into the mine, the last resource. I forget the name. So I'm guessing this area is the mine then? Which if that's the last area, I'm happy with that because my base is being built right up here. So it's not like it's that far away. And I guess I got a path. Skip through there, dodge that pesky, what's his name? Sandworm. Oh, get rid of that. We don't want that on the screen. Yeah, nice. Whoa. Go back to that. What was that? This scattergun. Now, was there 2 scatterguns? This scattergun, 499 damage per shot. Oh, but the effective range on this one's 8 meters. Okay. There we go. I was looking at our last one. I thought, okay, well, it's all right, but it is what it is. But this, 100%, this scattergun is my go-to. Close range, bang. Pull out the knife. The only thing that I did notice in the game, and I don't know if it's necessarily just with the beta or between certain things, but I noticed when I did an ability, or there were times where switching between weapons wasn't quick enough. Like there was a massive delay of, okay, I just shot a guy, or no, I used an ability, I used the knee charge, and then I'm smashing my knife. Like my keyboard is getting holes in it because I'm smashing that hard, trying to get my knife out. And it didn't respond. And it eventually responded, but it was quite slow. Same as when I got off a bike. I got off the bike when it was actually got it in one of my shorts. I got off the bike, and as soon as I got off the bike, I wanted to run. But rather than running, he stood there like he was pulling his pants up. He's just getting comfortable, and then he started to run. It's like, there was that delay. So I don't know if that's intentional, just from a PvP or PvE, or making sure you just to ensure you shit yourself. But yeah, that was interesting. It's all over that whole blue zone. That X you marked is a PvP ship with a Harkonnen base, which is PvP. Oh, you're kidding. Don't forget, you also have the unique weapons in all the tiers. Those most likely be really good. Yes, that's a good point, Rave. That is a very good point. One I definitely didn't think of. But to So Juggernaut, you're saying, oh, so this is a PvP ship. This is what I was trying to figure out last night. So from a deep desert house situation, we're fine. But because there's only 40 per, okay, this is a good question. So let's just say that's a PvP ship, but our whole guild gets on the server. So you got 32 people in your guild. You all get on the same server. So you're saying there's a potential that there's 8 people within this area, whole area, that could be in that area for PvP. That clip is the shoal zone during beta. Is it? Yeah, because I'm questioning. So you're saying this is a PvP area. I'm questioning, is there enough people in there? So if once this whole thing's open up, and I'm not playing the closed beta, I'm guessing there's people all over the place doing little, they're everywhere. So the chances of everyone being here at the same time, I guess that's the question, which I don't know. Get out of that. Get out of that. But yeah, that 8 meters is terrible, but 499. Let's just say 500 damage per shot. Not bad, not bad. $75 meters again. So the range, 75 meters isn't as far as I thought it would be. I assume there's another rifle after this one, after the spit dart. 230, because 235 isn't massive. It's semi-automatic, so that might explain things. Reload speed, clip size 3. The Karpov. No, so 75 meters is it. The rocket launcher. This is the one that I haven't seen. I was wondering because I was thinking, okay, when we raid bases, what are we going to raid with? So we're going to raid with a Regis missile launcher. That's correct, but also they pushed the base into 60 during the test, so you might have another guild with you. Oh, well, that's good to know. If they pushed it, then it means that they may open up the servers a lot more. I've got 4 PvP locations marked on that map, but I don't know, they could be up to 11 PvP spots. Okay. Things to find out for sure. The question is, and this is one thing I don't know yet, is how do you identify if someone runs in, how do you first identify they're in your guild or friendly versus someone that you can shoot? Are they easy to identify? And when they say PvP, can Atreides fight Atreides and Harkonnen fight Harkonnen? Or that's friendly fire across the board? Stability, though, on sniper rifles are great. And also remember, it's on weapon with scope mode, right? I just had the opinion it might have been from I'm going to try the gun. Try the weapon, it'd probably feel a lot better. But one thing I would have thought that it may have had a range of like 150 meters. Tell us, Ant. We all want to know. But look, the missile launch is definitely something. Rangefinder. And how much of the missiles shoots missiles? I assume they're going to be expensive. You can definitely see that under the influence of spice. Yeah, under the influence of spice, I guess you can. But is everyone running the influence of spice when they're in the desert? That's a question I have. What was that? Subnose, Rafik. It's very tiny. Damage per shot. What is this? Pistol in the cabinet by the bed. So this is more like a deagle. One tapping everybody. Fire. I want to sit in one corner of DD and shoot targets on the other side of DD with sniper. Pretty much, Rafe, 100%. I want to, see, in my view, so I think a sniper is going to be super powerful in regards to the perks and the abilities that you get throughout, and you are going to bump up the damage. And maybe that's why the damage seems a little bit lower. But from a range perspective, I can't remember if there's a perk that gave you more range. But if you're sitting between two islands, for example, can you reach that island with a sniper rifle? Now, I think that would be painful if that was the case, where people could do that, because then everyone would just be sitting on islands just sniping back and forth. So look, so I can see the reason why you wouldn't have it that range, that far. So I think the hard thing is 75 meters enough? I need to see what 75 meters is in game to see if it is enough, or is it a waste of time? I don't know. There's a video where you can see the HUD under the influence, and you can differ HP kind of enemy weapons slots, etc. I'll have to find it. I have to find that video because I have seen it when during the beta. But yeah, to bring it up here would be good. What's his sword going to do? 115 per hit. Attack speed 139. So I'm going melee. So I think the rapier is definitely going to be, I think a long blade's going to be my go-to, but I'm not sure, but I think so. Another long blade. That was just a bit quicker on attack speed, wasn't it? From the last one. 115. So either way, very good. But this one is the sword is longer and heavier than a cudgel, but utilizes sweeping attacks and can help deal with multiple foes. So this is more like an AoE, so he's swinging around, which is great. Can penetrate shields. So what's the difference between the last one? Treaties. Oh no, this one's quicker. That one is quick. You expect a rapier to be quicker. But a treaties rapier is a longer sword used for self-defense. Can penetrate shields. It is a long blade with a longer reach and more draw damage. So I guess for this one, yeah, it's going to do more damage because it's damage per hit. Because the attack speed's 139, you're going to get more hits. Where the other one is probably more AoE because you got the wider swing, because this one's not the swing. This is more the longer reach. So keeping people from a distance so they can't hit you. I'm guessing, I don't know what they're swinging at you with, but I guess that's it. We've got the Vulcan again. I think it's the last of the weapons, is it? It keeps going. Oh, you didn't click all. How many items are we going to research? We're not going to watch it. This is a 12-minute video. I bloody feel like I've spent 2 hours on it already. All right, we're gonna move through this one a bit quicker. But I do want to know the machines because we're at the machines now. Because we've got the compactor and the guns and all that. Stacking unit. Use this device to stake out more sections. Land of the existing land claim. Okay. So this is one we were talking about yesterday. So this is the item that you use to add to your area so you can build further. And we're saying we can only have a maximum of 6 of these, I think you were saying. Use the device to extend the land of your existing base vertically. Oh, so you got a vertical and a horizontal one. That's interesting. Oh, they cost 15 grand as well. Not just the steel ingots, you're paying money. It's like a land tax, I guess. Oh, I do like these pentashields. I saw these in the video yesterday. So you don't have to have doors. It's just a force field wall. Weapons fabricator. We know what that one is. Heavy darts. Rockets. Oh, go back to rockets. Whoa, 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 whoa. He didn't show the stats on the rockets. The rockets would have been good to see the stats on. A rocket projectile with an explosive warhead and a propellant for extra thrust, typically utilized by vehicular rocket launchers. Oh, they take 10 fuel cells. So from a crafting perspective, they're not too bad, actually. I thought they would have been really bad. The question is, similar to Rust or any other game, is how many rockets is it going to take to get through a wall? And then incinerator. It would have been great if you showed the stats on the rocket. Few weapons inspire the type of fear created by fire. Use this ammunition in conjunction with incendiary weapons to instill maximum terror in their adversaries. So when it says use this in conjunction with incendiary weapon, like, is this an extra damage boost? Like, I can, let's say argument's sake, I go wipe this on the wall and then I use a rocket and does double damage. Garment fabricator, survival fabric. Oh, you dickhead. What did I do?
I've got a bit of a confession to make. I have played a lot.
Where were we? How did I do that? All right, we're back to where we were. Survival fabricator. What's a survival fabricator? Machine that can craft specialized products for survival, exploration, mining. Place close to subfief, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I don't know what we're going to get out of it, but sounds cool. Vehicle fabricator. Cut array. Power pack. And wind turbine, omnidirectional. Wind-driven turbine that generates the large amount of so this is the other wind one. So when we're talking about the wind one before, that was one that makes the water, whatever that was called. But this is a wind turbine, omnidirectional. So wind-driven turbine that generates a large amount of reroutable power for base production units. Requires lubricant for operation. Place close to subfief. So health, power generated, inventory slot capacity, inventory volume capacity. Yes, yeah, no, it's definitely the power one. Because I didn't think the other one was power. I was like, okay, well, that was under the water category. Then medium ore refinery, storage container. Inventory slot is 45. Cut array. Static compactor. And a power pack. Very important, those power packs. You must upgrade them all the time, or it's going to slow you down. Spice refinery. Process spice sand into valuable spice melange, which we're going to use a lot. Can be sold or used in further crafting. Must be powered through additional base power installations. Use a lot of power. It does. Silicon blocks, cobalt paste, complex machinery. And then you got a wind turbine directional. Your base going to be looking like an offshore wind farm. It probably will be. Probably will be. Check out the Lols at Lands video. 10 things I wish I know. Timestamp. You can see the HUD under the influence. Only seconds though. All right, we'll check that out. We'll finish these items, and then we'll go over that one. I'll have to write it down because I'll forget because I've got a memory like a goldfish. What do we got? So we did those ones because I got a few other videos on the list. Lols at Lance. Lols at Lance. All right. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I wanted to read what those ones did exactly. Wind-driven turbine that generates a large amount of reroutable power to the base production structures requires a lubricant. Okay, I thought there was something. They do more power. I didn't know if they there's something extra. Steel tent. They're important to have in your bag. Thumper. So placing the pheromone device in the open desert will cause vibration that will summon any nearby sandworm. I wonder if you have to... Do you have to activate the thumper on it, or can you activate it remotely? Melange Spice Beer. Extends the life. Expands consciousness, allows you mysterious navigators of the spacing guild to guide Highliner's safety between the stars. The food is seasoned spice melange will raise the amount of spice in your blood. Personal light. Fair enough. I don't necessarily think I need a use for it yet, but I'm sure it'll pop up. We've got some spice coffee. Full suspensor belt. Iodine pills for radiation. Spiced wine. Responsive planner. Is there any of these? Is there anything better than a bandage to get your health back? Or is it literally that one bandage? Like the spice bandage extends life. So it said it extends life. It doesn't say it gives your life back. And it's all about spice. Spice liquor. We're going to go through this guy a bit quicker because we don't want to look at sandbike parts. I'm all about the choppers, mate. All about the choppers. Get to the plastinium products. Buggy hull. Buggy rear, buggy chassis. Where are you at? Oh, still at Millennium. I just want the plastanium stuff. Here he goes. Sandcrawler, centrifuge, sandcrawler. Because I wasn't necessarily sure what all the items were called. Oh, there was a better health back. There's one thing that I haven't learned yet. With the map crafting, does scanning from my heli count or do I have to be it by land? That's a good question. I'm going to say land, but I personally don't know. I didn't realise I'd make a sand bike up to max 6. I thought they would have stopped it at a certain period of time. Ornithopter. Or ornithopter. There's a carrier. And then we have, after the ornithopter, we have the carrier ornithopter. We've got the assault ornithopter. And then the next one is Scout Ornithopter. Is there any more? So we've got the Assault, the Scout. Oh, we've got rocket launchers for this. Buggy booster, buggy cut array. Oh, buggy cut array. Buggy's got a rocket launcher. Thrusters. Yeah, nice. Getting them, I think, is definitely going to be beneficial. And that's it. That is everything. Oh, Jesus, she's back.
For the Q&A, we have...
Oh, that was a long video. 1K, even though it was 12 minutes, it felt very long. 1K water per large piece. Is that how much it was? I wasn't looking at that. That's it. That's ridiculous. I think the Thopter would count. You reckon? I reckon you won't be able to shoot it from the Thopter. I don't know if you'd be able to get, like, it should count. Can you get it out? That's the question. So we had, I went to make an ornithopter, like a Apache helicopter armed to the teeth. How many rockets can you put in one of those things? We could have a look, but I'm not going to go back now. How many people have entered the giveaway? This is a good moment just to stop and tell everyone there is a giveaway. So if you haven't entered the giveaway, regardless whether you got the game or not, we do have a giveaway running. It's in the link. So whether you're on Kick or YouTube, you can go to the Discord. It's in our Discord as well. So go to the link. There's multiple ways you can enter. All you have to do is visit Fireplay on YouTube. You can follow Fireplay on X, you can follow Fireplay on Kick, and you can follow Fireplay on TikTok. They'll all give you points, and so you get a maximum of 4 points. So whether you win, it is a Steam key, so I will be gifting you a Steam key. We have multiple to give away. And yeah, that if you go, I want to give it to a friend or someone else, all I need is their Steam ID, and then I can add them and I can give them the key. So you can enter for a friend or you can enter for yourself. It is the early access edition, so make sure you jump in and get that if you haven't already. A lot of good value right there. 1 key is taken, but good luck for the other 3. Oh, I was like, no, it's not. The draw's not done yet. But yeah, obviously a good opportunity. Good opportunity. So for scanning, not sure full probe. Oh, for scanning. Ah, I get what you're sorry. I don't know. Maybe it's getting late. I was thinking other things. But yeah, for scanning, I do like the scanning part. The fact that you could get a cut array on the buggy, I thought that was pretty good. So we're saying we've got what videos do I have lined up on the list? Let me have a quick look. Oh, I did want to check this one. This one sounded interesting to me.
On the website. If the build changes very dramatically, then I'll do a whole new video likely.
24 minutes.
Said, make sure you
I can't do these 24-minute videos on a... My attention span doesn't get me there. So am I starting from what you sent me, Rotten Bob? Watched this one the other day. Skill builder, other skill options, weapons, how to fly in Dune, planetologist, first step starting... a 54 litre per hour. Not sure why they changed it to 50 minutes. Ah, is that what it is? I'm trying to see trooper skills, plantology skills, mentat skills, swordmaster skills. I might watch this one offline because I think...
All right, for the final part of this video, we're going to go over skills.
He's got a bit of hair, doesn't he?
Calculator here on open world site. It's worth mentioning there can and likely will be changes the devs make as a support.
It's mostly the start.
So, with that in mind, make sure you go
I
down.
want to see his build go. So what is it? Maximum speed plus maximum damage equals OP build. Best beginner build in Dune Awakening.
As far as any smaller updates,
So I went up here to change things.
Items, that's where they're. The main purpose of this build is primarily our move speed, because the map size really is huge. We got to be able to move around easily.
What did you just use?
Will save us time. While serving that purpose, I've made a build that focuses on this and leverages the best portions of mobility while complementing it with damage for combat as well. Is it a little
Like
early
flying.
to make a build and think it's the best compared to others? Maybe. But I've played quite a bit and I looked at all the skills and tech we will get in Dune. I can tell you this build will be pushing higher damage than other weapon alternatives.
That goes pretty high, doesn't it?
Than other build options. So while this isn't made
Wow.
in max PvP build, for example, this will be top tier for PvE and leveling. I'll explain that and what you need to do in this video to enable this build for Dune Awakening. It's worth mentioning, you can flex other skills in, make this build for whatever place.
So that's
this would serve you
the
well for
grapple.
engaging with melee, for example. But the focus of this video will be showcasing the best mobility and damage to progress through the game most efficiently.
Let's have a look at this speed build.
To remember, you can unlock
Looks
all
interesting.
classes and skills, and you can always respec later. So the first thing you'll do is choose any classes.
Per second. That'd be good.
I mean, I love Trooper, but you're going to unlock Trooper very early on and have access to its skills easily. Therefore, you should choose something else that you prefer. Personally, I suggest and prefer Bene Gesserit due to their passives and the Bindu sprint they get early game. This gives you good mobility option early
That
on.
Bindu sprint's crazy.
Versus the other three options. Swordmaster isn't bad for flying knee, pretty good stamina passes.
Oh, so you use Bindu sprint in the air because I haven't used it myself.
Damage opportunity early on with
So if you're high, you just use Bindu sprint off the cliff and it keeps going.
Be focusing. Once you're in Haga Basin, beyond the tutorial, there's a few things you'll need to make sure you do early on to get on the right path. You can use this purple cave as a static waypoint, as it's the first main story quest cave you'll be sent to. You'll want to follow along with the main story quest for
We don't need how to play the game.
and it will unlock your skill slots. And the third as well, and an important blueprint. The Emperor's Wing MK1. It's a suspensor belt that will be our first tool, allowing us to fly, so to speak. It's very important you collect this on the way out of the south, while still also completing your other challenges and tie up the main story quest until it's going to send you beyond this area. Make sure you get all of these done, and your life's going to be a lot easier moving forward. The Shikiwire pool and holding jump is what's going to allow you to conserve momentum. With a bit of practice, you will hit the timings right to conserve the most momentum. For high vertical climbs, I'll also swap in the Planetologist skill to Suspensor Pad into Shiggy Wire for a faster vertical launch.
Wow.
A few things to understand while you're out here flying around like Spider-Man. Holding down
That's pretty
jump
impressive.
will drain your energy.
Steven,
Once your
hang on,
energy's
buddy.
out, you're falling to the ground. You can grab ledges and climb between, which will cost stamina. Between the two, you will be draining stamina or energy and can let the other one regenerate while using the other. The Emperor's Wing is an efficient tool, but will eventually break as well over long uses. You will get other suspensors.
Jump twice to activate and float upwards.
Eventually, at higher techs, it looks like we're going to get some pretty good...
That was crazy. I didn't realize you could fly so far and so high.
Allow us to cancel out gravity and let us maintain our momentum for as long as power allows. This brings us to the second item, Beyond Suspensor Belt.
Yeah, me too, Steven. Me too.
Upgrade this. It's very important that you upgrade these for flight and frankly,
Yeah, power packs, like I said, that you have to upgrade. You're going to get to a point where you've got no power.
Power packs, you want to prioritize these. It's going to give you better maneuverability. Beyond that, you can also conserve momentum with things like Bindu.
But look at this.
This is great for traversing long heights.
If he runs out of stamina, oh no, he regens as he's falling.
It's also really fun as a bonus. Mastering this knowledge is half the battle of clearing through Arrakis. Our next concern is how we will kill what's in our path. We're primarily going to let the shotgun do the talking here. Once you have access to this in the iron phase, get it and start using it. The entire point of this build is movement, so we can quickly approach and destroy any target. I'll explain in our skill tree how to maximize the shotgun.
Yeah, and I'm impressed with I am impressed with that movement, to be honest.
Damage will outperform sniper rifles or melee in DPS.
All right, so we'll close him down.
Doesn't seem.
The other, so what was I looking up? I'm looking up lols at Lance. So that's a good video. If anyone wants to watch that one, maximum speed, maximum damage. Yeah, the speed one. I think the thing I took out of that is you can fly. You can fly pretty far. Lols at Lance.
Hello ladies and jelly spoons, and welcome back to another epic top 10 episode with me, Lols at Lance. As we
Lols
step
at
into
Lance.
25 and beyond, I thought it'd be a perfect
I forgot you
time
do
to reflect on some of the
videos. What's this game? Oh, Ark Survival. So we're going to do 10 things I wish you knew before playing Dune Awakening.
Deadly sandworms to brutal dehydration. Dune Awakening is not messing around, and if you're not prepared, Arrakis will chew you
The
up.
suspensor belt retains your momentum when you use it, so it works even out of dodge roll.
Hello,
That's pretty
ladies
cool.
and jelly spoons. I'm Lols at Lance, and I absolutely loved playing the Dune Awakening beta. With the full release just around the corner, I thought it was the perfect time to look back at the 10 things I really wish I knew before I jumped into the game.
You're kidding me.
Some of these tips could literally save your life. Others might just save you hours of frustrating mistakes. The kind I definitely made so you don't have to. Now, of course, these are just things I personally learned, so if you've got your own tips or discoveries, please just drop them down in the comments below. And as always, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. It's totally free and you'll be all set for the Dune content I've got coming your way. Now, without further ado, let's dive into today's video. Starting off with something simple, when you first join the game, you're asked to choose your mentor. It's kind of like picking your class or specialization, and there are 4 options to choose from. Now, I'll be honest, the first time I saw this, I panicked. I thought this was a permanent decision and spent way too long reading descriptions and
The one that I
knocked
panicked on
myself
is
out.
the region and the families that you come
But
from.
here's the good news, you'll eventually be able to unlock and master. Coming up next, let's talk about water. It's essential for survival, obviously. In the early game, your best friend is plant dew. Drinking dew. Now here's an interesting one. Don't overbuild your first base unless you're me. One of the early mission walks you through base building. And
Did anyone
sets you up
else?
with a
Oh,
sunbeam.
11:10,
Basically,
11:10.
this is your land.
I was going to say.
And if you're anything like me, your brain immediately goes, time to build a palace. But here's the catch. Not long after, the game asks you to move to the north and a
11, 10, you
that
say?
sub-thief
Oh,
wants.
because we were watching this for
So,
Spice, weren't we?
unless you're building for fun, all together with your
So when you got the Spice on, you get to see what guns they're holding and their health. Oh, you can see through walls as well.
building,
What does that ability mean?
fighting,
He can't see you? He's hiding?
or getting eaten by sandworms. You'll have a
Oh, no, or they're your friends.
blast.
I'm guessing that actually the people are your friends, but he hasn't got one on him. And the guys with guns are the enemy, but that's their health. And that's your Spice.
And that's it. 10
That's it.
things I wish with your building, fighting. Don't think it's meant to be doing that. And off it
Imagine you
goes.
saw that. You wouldn't know what to
And
do, would you?
just getting completely lost in the world together. With your building, fighting, or getting eaten by sandworms, you'll have a blast.
Yeah, fair enough.
And that's it. 10 things I wish I knew before playing Dune Awakening. I hope these tips help you survive the sands a little longer, or at least avoid some of the mistakes I made during
Not
the
bad, not
research.
bad. Look, that was good. Oh, so I feel like we've covered off a lot. How long have we been on for? Is there a timer somewhere? I'm sure there's got to be a timer somewhere. An hour, 35 minutes. An hour, 35 minutes we've been on. So what we've done, we've gone... I'm trying to think what we've learnt. Have we learned anything special? We learned a bit more about the research. It's more interesting. I did like the idea of that speed perk. That was a bonus. What was the other one we did? What was the other thing I wrote down? Where was it? Mentat, Mad RNG. Is there anything else that we learnt? Jeez, I'm losing it now. Deep desert. The sniper, not as far as I wanted it to be. But look, overall, it's pretty good. I don't know how much more we can really learn about the game unless someone's going to release something from the closed beta. I think we're at that point now. It's like, all right, someone's got to release something from the closed beta before we're going to see something new. There's a whole lot of questions. We've got the video. We've got the update on the 28th. So what, 4 more days? I think it's the 28th for Dune Awakening, doing the update. The problem with the update that it's 2 a.m. I'm not getting up at 2 a.m. to watch that. So I'll get up in the morning and watch that. When I wake up, I'm not getting up at 2 a.m. to watch that. But big things, we are recruiting. So if you want, if any of you guys are missing a guild, would like a guild for whether it's EU, Oceania, or NA, we are doing a guild for every one of those regions. So make sure you jump in the Discord. We'll get you into the guild. We do have the giveaway. So in the description, in the video, or in the Discord as well, you'll see a giveaway section where we can do the giveaways. We're giving multiple keys away for early access. That's that important one. What was the other important one? I'm sure there's another one. Recruitment. Oh, and guilds. Oh, the other one was just guilds. How important. So tomorrow I'm going to do a video. I don't know if I'll start tonight. No, I'll probably start tomorrow. How important it is to be in a guild. So regardless of what you're doing in the game, you can still play solo, but you have to be in a guild. If you're not in a guild, you won't get all the perks from the Landsrad, all the skins and so forth. So highly recommend going searching. If it's not our guild, go search for a guild or be in a guild, create a guild so you can compete and participate and pick up all those perks and bits and pieces. I'll make notes on the 28th update for you. Thanks, Famous. What time is it for you? It'll be like in the afternoon or something. Yeah, for me, 2 a.m. is not much. Not a good start. But I think what we'll do, we'll finish it up there. Maybe get an early night tonight. This will be a first in a few weeks. Go get an early night, catch up on a a few TV shows, and get to bed. But look, good night, good night. We got a few things done. Definitely learned a few things, which was pretty good off that day. Oh, so you'll be ready. You'll be ready as. But yeah, I'll head off. Thanks to everyone that's jumped in, by the way. Much appreciated. Thanks for all the follows and likes and bits and pieces around the globe. And I'll probably catch you tomorrow night. Thanks, guys. See you then. Bye-bye.